my way to the office, but this is no ordinary office. This is where champions are made, such as Ricky Hatton, Michael Gomez and Brian Rowe. I'm currently a WBC Youth World Champion, and hopefully following the footsteps of the likes of Ricky Hatton and become the champion of the world. Always been into my sport, you know. Started off playing ice hockey for Sheffield. My dad took me down there, you know, 3 times a week. But then he found it harder working, you know, taking us down. So my ice hockey trainer says, you know, why don't you find a bit of extra training? So we thought, you know, what's better for fitness than boxing? So my dad took me to his old boxing gym where he used to box. And in Buxton, just 6 miles down the road, and you know, started doing a bit of training there, and just fell in love with the sport really. Well, my dad took me and my brother down to the gym in Buxton, just down the road. You know, I can always remember the first time I walked through that gym, through the door in the gym, and you know, it was all the older kids, and you know, they were sparring all the senior lads, and just you know, just watching them box, and just thought this is what I want to do. And you know, I think I was 12 years old when I first went there, and by the time I was 13 I won my first national title. I think I won the ABAs twice and the CYPs 3 times, and then went on to win the Tri-Nations in Edinburgh, and was just loving it. And then in 2010 that was the ABAs. And then one of my trainers, you know, he told me, you know, it's time to step it up now. You need to look at other gyms. So we went and had a look at Northside in Manchester, because it was renowned to be one of the best amateur gyms, not only in Manchester but in the country. So we went and had a look down there, and thought, yeah, I like this, I'll stay here. So I went to Northside, and I was training alongside the likes of Craig Watson, and he fought Amir Khan in the amateurs, and he later become, you know, British champion. So that sort of told me, you know, this is where I want to be. This is the sort of gym I want to be at. And so when I was there, I went into the youth Commonwealths, and I won the bronze in that. Then after that, I went into my first senior ABAs. I got up to the quarterfinals, I think it was, and then I got pretty confident after that and thought, yeah, I can do this. These guys aren't, you know, some of them were grown men, but you know, I thought I'm strong enough to take some of these guys on. So I went into the ABAs the next year, the senior ABAs, and then ended up winning it. So
19 years old. What made you turn pro?
So just before the ABAs, I had trials for the GB squad. Unfortunately, I didn't make it onto the podium. So I went into the ABAs, won the ABAs, had some good wins on there, and after that, I thought, you know, what else can I do? Because of my reputation, I wasn't getting the fights. So I thought, you know, what better, I'll turn pro. And it was a big risk as well, waiting for the Olympics, because that had just gone in 2012. So it was waiting for another 4 years and 2 years for the Commonwealth. So I thought, you know, I'll have a look at some professional gyms and have a look at turning pro. So the first gym I went to was Bobby Rimmer's in Denton. On the way to Northside, when I used to train amateur, we used to pass that gym every night on the motorway. Used to see it and think that's where Ricky Hatton used to train. So we went there, met Bobby, hit it off with Bobby.
I was in the ring on the body belt. I can't remember who I was with, and it was really strange because Jack walked in, and to me, my story, this lad walked in with 2 fellas with him, and I didn't know who he was, and they both kind of stood there, the 3 of them. So I was doing the body belt. I can't remember who it was. Can you remember?
I think it was Brian.
It was with Brian, yeah. And anyway, in between rounds, I just stopped and I said, "Hiya lads, you okay?" And they all said, yeah, good. And I said, "I'll be with you in a minute, just let us finish off here." what can I help you with? And they said, oh, we just want to know about turning pro and how to go about it and all that. So I said, right. So I was finished what I was doing with Brian, and I sat down with him, and he said, you know, his dad said, I'm Jack's dad, this is Jack Massey, do you know what I mean? And he was with a lad called Ronan as well, who was helping train him up at his other gym. And I'd heard of him, but I didn't put the face to the name, like, you know what I mean? I'd heard he was a good amateur. Anyway, so he asked me about turning pro, and I told him the procedures, what you'd have to do and all that. And I didn't click on that he wanted to train with me. And then I said to him, who are you going to train with? He said, well, I want to train with you.
And he introduced me to Steve Wood. And the day I signed with Steve Wood, I had a letter come through the door off the GB squad asking for another trials, but I'd already made my mind up. I wanted to turn pro.
So I phoned Steve Wood and I went, hi Steve, there's a lad been in the gym called Jack Massey, wants to turn pro with us. And he went, fucking hell. So I said, what? He went, he's ABA champion and this, that and the other. And I went, right. He went, fucking hell. He said, that'll be good.
Yeah, Jack Massey was a strange one really, because Bobby Rimmer phoned me out of the blue and said, listen Steve, he said, I've got an amateur kid who's coming down to see you. His dad's bringing him down in a couple of days. He went, Jack Massey. And I've gone, wow, make sure you don't lose him, Bob, he's a good fighter. And Bob didn't know anything about him, and to be honest with you, I'm a bit slow with the amateurs because I don't watch the amateurs, but I'm pretty quick on knowing who's decent, who's going to make a good pro, because the feedback comes to me. And it was similar to Carl Place from Northside. Everyone was talking about him, and he kind of popped up at one of the trainers just out of the blue without me approaching him, and this happened the same. And so I made a beeline to get down there and have a chat with Jack and his dad and tell him that we could do things for him. And I think Bobby was very surprised when he seen how keen I was, and then when he got him on the pads, he went, you're right here Steve, we've got one. And really, you know, we sat down and we said to Jack, look Jack, you're not a big cruiserweight, but you're only young, you'll kill yourself trying to make light heavyweight. Let's set a goal of getting you to a certain position where you'll be a big cruiserweight and ready to go, and really and truthfully that's the plan we've had since day one for him. And we've been lucky really that he's turned into a ticket machine here in Buxton, so we've done well there as well. So Jack's helped us out on that side, because I honestly thought it'd be hard work with him living in Buxton and having to put him on shows where he wouldn't sell any tickets, but things have turned around the other way, so it's been a little bit easier of a project than I thought it would have been.
But yeah, you know, I've got high hopes for this kid, and like I say, he is, apart from Brian, and he is the best I've ever had in the gym.
But also you're adding new things with this gym, isn't it? Like you've been working with, is it Johnny Velocity?
Yeah.
And the strength and conditioning, which is a new thing for boxing, isn't it?
This strength coaching, what he does with Johnny, it's making him really strong. That's the difference from last time you came to this time. It's working with Johnny Velocity. That's the difference with his strength.
This is his second full camp with him, isn't it?
Yeah, he trained with him for the last one and this one.
Yeah.
Jack's strength has got better because of the work he's doing with Johnny Velocity.
I feel it as well in sparring, you know, pushing people back who couldn't push back before.
Yeah.
And just you know, doing it naturally as well. And
but the thing is, you had natural strength, you're just improving on that now, which is what you need to get to those next levels, which is where you're aiming at.
Yeah.
And when will those come?
Well, you know, look, Steve's his manager, and Steve's done a great job in managing him, so, you know, it's kind of up to Steve. Steve will tell me, you know, the plans, and yeah, you know, we'll work it between us, and I'm no doubt in my mind is next year's going to be the big year.
So we're halfway through the project really now, and the bonus for us, as well as him starting to sell tickets, is also developing into a proper big cruiserweight. You know, he's done a lot of strength work, and he's now a proper solid 14 stone 4 kid and sparring with big cruiserweights and doing very, very well. So I think the foresight at the start is coming to now, and I just still don't want to rush him. So what I've done, I've agreed a development deal with Frank Warren, where he's going to use him 3 times between now and 2017 on Box Nation, so people can get used to seeing him on TV. As I said, he still sells loads of tickets in Buxton. They love him in Buxton, so I'm going to leave him in Buxton as well. So we'll be fighting on our shows, which we do together, me and Jack. He co-promotes them with me, so he does okay on the shows. keep him there, keep him winning, get him on TV, keep him winning. By the end of 2017, he'll be ready, if not already a British champion then. No doubts in my mind. He's only young, he'll be 24, 25 then. All the cruiserweights are getting on in the UK, so I think he'll be in a position where he can clean up in the UK, and then we'll be looking to push him into the world scene. So, you know, no rush with Jack Massey. He's a talent and we've got to get it right, and up to now we've done everything right, and so we won't be rushing it and getting it wrong.
This is another thing as well when you think about it. This is pure, real dedication. I mean, you travel up, I know your dad used to bring you up, but you come up on the bus or on the train, it must be an hour's
yeah, but don't forget, he's just passed his test. so what the best thing, what I'm going to do, I'm going to post another video of on Twitter and Instagram when he's driving here, because it'll be better if everybody stays off the road.
But you know what I'm saying? It is dedication, that, isn't it?
Yeah,
you know,
he has to get one in.
Nothing comes easy in this sport, but you know, when it takes you an hour just to get here, that proves to me that, you know, the kid means business.
Yeah, of course. I mean, he gets the bus here, you know, hail, rain or shine, he gets the bus here or the train or whatever, you know what I mean? You know,
got to, aren't you?
So he's totally dedicated, and I'm totally dedicated to him.
Right, well, 1st of October, Buxton Dome,
Yeah.
fight number 11, hopefully title number 2,
Yeah.
and then onwards to a massive 2017.
That's the way
Definitely.
forward.
Looking forward to it.
See you later, lads.
Cheers,
Thanks,
mate.
Lee.
One little thing about Jack as well, obviously he won an ABA title so he can box, but he has got that one punch power. Not many people have that. Jack Massey can clean you out with one punch, so as he grows and gets in harder fights, that's something that he'll have in his armour that not many people have. So he's going to be an exciting fighter. So everyone wants to get behind him. He's given up his job now, and he'll be looking for sponsors. So anyone wants to sponsor him, get in touch with myself or Jack, and we'll have a chat with him. Thank you.